What's up, everybody? It's Kiera here, Inject Faith Hope Club. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us. Welcome to Inject Mondays. Today's Monday, July 30th, the last Monday of the month. Seems like July has been very long to me, so I don't know about you. So I'm happy it's almost over, but I do have a special guest with me, Sister Cynthia Gandy. She's is the youth minister at Word of Life Ministries. I'm happy to have her join me today. We're going to talk about VBS, Vacation Bible Schools coming up, and just a few things. And before we get started, I just want to ask her to just say hi, introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. I'm glad to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely.
Kiera.
Thank you for saying yes. Nobody really says no, but I still try to ask, but
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, definitely. And I know you've been in charge of the youth ministry for a while now. How long has it been actually?
Wow. Actually, in terms of Vacation Bible School, I started my first one when I was 14.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was quite some years
6
ago.
Years ago. Wow.
But I've been at different churches and I've always done youth ministry since then.
So it was just in you then. It wasn't like, did you ever want to do other parts of the ministry?
No. As Minister Gary says, stay in your lane. I know my purpose, and I just always stick with working with the children.
Okay. So did you grow up in the church? Like, were you always in church?
Yeah. My parents, Deacon Rochelle and Betty Gandy, they were very active in their church. Mm-hmm. And from the time I was knee high, I've always been in church.
I'm still here. That's a blessing.
Yes.
And so what's your favorite part about Vacation Bible School? If you could pick a favorite part.
Oh wow, you're right. Every part. I love every part of Vacation Bible School. I was even considering wearing this T-shirt that says "I love VBS" because I love every part of Vacation Bible School.
Definitely, and I could definitely say I noticed that last year. This one ain't on the question was, but last year with everything that you was going through, you still was up and doing. And one thing I could say is that you never complained. Like when I look at all of y'all at church and I see everything that y'all go through and how y'all just keep going, like that humbles me a lot because I complain a lot. Like if my back hurts the wrong way when I get out the bed, I'm just like, oh. And just to watch you still do everything and run a successful VBS last year. I told you, I literally that Friday when we went home for the last Bible school, I literally just sat there and cried because I was just like, wow, it was just like an overwhelming feeling to see the kids smiling and to see and you orchestrated all of that. Like you had the station set up and just tell people like what they can expect at VBS for their kids.
Yeah. Well, first I want to go back a little bit. You had asked me about how
you keep going.
Well, you were talking about my parents.
Yeah.
In terms of like where did I get this drive from? When my parents were active in church, they were also active with the youth ministry. Wow. And so that's why I began at such an early age. Yeah. They were taking us on field trips and picnics. And so that's like innate to me.
Yeah. They set the tone.
Yeah. And they are still supportive, as you saw yesterday.
Yeah.
Anything I do, they are like super supportive. And in regards to Vacation Bible School at present, like you said, we have stations.
Yeah.
We don't have the kids just come in to the church house and just stay in one room.
Right.
We found it was very helpful if the kids rotate through stations.
Okay.
So if you're spending a day at Vacation Bible School, as a youth, the kids they come into the sanctuary, we open up together. Then they are dismissed into like age groups.
Right.
And they will rotate through the schedule. They'll do their Bible lesson. They'll have crafts, recreation. They do music and drama, and then they will have a light meal. And then we'll come back and close out together.
And that meal is
and Vacation Bible School is for the young folks and the older folks.
Yeah, and what Well, have you always included the older folks?
We have not.
Okay, so what made you start though? Because that was cool.
We have not. I think last year was actually our first time doing an
Wow.
adult session
Yeah.
as well as the youth session, and it was a success.
So it
So
was a huge success. I
yeah,
sat in on a couple of the adult sessions last
yeah,
year, and I was just like, wow, like the people were coming, like, and I was
yeah,
like, and they were happy to be there. Like
yeah,
everybody was happy to be there, from adults to the kids,
yeah,
even the staff. Like
yeah.
the staff was having more fun than the kids. I'm telling you, it
People
was
were so cooperative, and that's what makes it, so successful. Because
absolutely,
I believe in thorough coverage.
absolutely.
And so thankfully at Word of Life, we may have anywhere between 40, 50 adults working Vacation Bible
Oh
School,
wow.
and at least 10 to 12 on security,
Yeah, it's a
and
safe place, y'all.
yes,
It was.
it's a
It felt
safe
safe
place.
though. It did. Last year when we got escorted to
Mhm.
cross the street,
Yeah.
we did have. It was a safe place.
Mhm.
Kids, even just going to the bathroom, I remember it
Yep.
was like, "We got you." Nope. I was like, "Oh, okay. I like
Mhm.
this. I
Yep.
like this." Yeah.
Mhm.
We appreciate that.
Yeah.
And VBS, like said to you earlier, the kids are evolving, the generations evolve, and you continue to go, and even working with kids at school,
Mhm.
and then you come home and still work with kids. Like, how do you do that? It's never, and it seems like you have the same attitude. It takes a special person to work with kids, especially younger kids. Like me personally, I feel like sometimes I can't get through to the younger generation, but I know
Mhm.
like the middle age and older kids, I can talk to them, but
Mhm.
the younger ones, I think that's where I struggle the most. But with you, it's like you come into it with the same positive attitude, like, and you love the kids, and I know, like, the kids, they love you, they listen to you, they respect you, and like, how do you keep that going?
It's definitely a gift. Because you're right. Like when we meet for youth choir every Thursday at 6 p.m.
Yes.
And I have to be at school in Buffalo at 8. So it's like I go all day with kids,
And literally
and
come
then
home.
no, I don't go home.
Oh yeah, you don't.
Because I'm coming from Buffalo.
Buffalo.
By the time I shop for their whatever they're going to eat for after choir, so if I'm picking up pizza, or I'm going to Sam's Club and getting chicken wings, or chicken tenders or nuggets or whatever, so I'll make my food stop, and then I'll go pick up kids to bring them to choir. So it
That's
doesn't, on
dedication.
Thursdays, it doesn't
Doesn't
stop
stop.
from the time I go to work early in the morning till at least 8 p.m. in the evening when I'm done with the choir. But in terms of keeping that energy and that zest, it's definitely God.
Absolutely.
It's definitely God. It's knowing your purpose, and then God giving me this passion for it. Um, it's nothing. And I always tell people, um, I am very patient with
You
children.
are. You
God is
are.
still working on me when it comes to adults.
Adults are harder than children. That's why you are. Even well, yeah, I told you yesterday when I was like, she doesn't listen to me. Like, she'll listen to me. And as soon as you said get down, she listened. So I know that I don't have that power. So I understand. I think it's beautiful though. Seriously, I think everything that you do, even myself being a teacher last year for the first time and seeing the teacher side of it, it was a different experience. Like I can't. It was filling though. Like it was fulfilling, and I think everybody felt it. Even I remember talking to another girl, Kaila, when she was there, and she's really shy. Kaila's really shy. So for her to start singing and stuff with the kids, and I was like, she's like, I'm having fun. I said, I told you, like you should have came, and I think she came the last day, but. Just to see everybody, like everybody, and Bishop, like everybody, literally had a ball.
And playing kickball.
Kickball, yeah. I was like, wow, like,
Yeah.
and I just
It was very family oriented.
and that's really what it's about though, because people always look at the church and always say, oh, we going to church, but church is really family. Like church, Word of Life for me was a family that I was missing, when I first came. And to see now with the kids, when I was started right before COVID. And so after COVID, kids wasn't really coming to church. There weren't any, and I'm guilty too, because I wasn't bringing mine, because I'm like, well, it's nothing. You're gonna be bored, and I'm still trying to figure this out myself. So, but what like made you start back the ministry because the youth ministry because the kids were missing for a while.
Yeah, well, you mentioned COVID. So we were I personally was out for COVID, and then I had the other C, cancer. So by the time COVID was over, then just before COVID ended, I had a bout with cancer. So that also kept me out of church for almost a year. Oh, wow. And then when I came back, you're right, there weren't any kids.
No kids.
And when I came back like late that summer, I sat in church Sunday after Sunday, like there are literally like no kids. And so the Lord had put it in my heart to start a youth choir. Wow. And I'm like, okay, Lord, but there are no children. So I got my granddaughter and her friend, and I think there was like Sister Dorothy's granddaughter came, and then I was like, Lord, okay, for now 2 weeks we have 4 kids. And now, fast forward, this past Sunday, the youth choir sang, and there's like nearly 20 kids.
Definitely.
So it's just, doing whatever it is the Lord assigns you and knowing that he sees the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
And just trust in the process.
Yeah. And two, you worked with, was it Bethlehem? I think you guys was working with too, and had the, I don't know the word. And I like that. Concert. Yeah. Like, how did that? Like, did that come about? Like,
They just simply had. I think. Well, I'm friends with Sister Kiera Agee.
Oh, okay.
And I think she just simply asked, were we, doing anything Christmas wise or something like that? And I told her that we were trying to prepare for a Christmas concert. We only had at that time maybe about 10, 12 kids. Yeah. And that I told her, we'll work it. We'll come over and do what we can do. And so it turned out really nice. We did a couple songs individually and then a couple collectively, and it turned out to be a beautiful Christmas concert.
Yeah, and I liked it too though. I did. And I like to see the churches working together. Like to me, that's really inspiring to see everybody just, because everybody seems like we're so separated. But in this small city, it's like, this is what we need is unity for everybody to do one job. We're all here to do one job. So we got to do it together. But also too, what would you say to the parents who want to sign their kids up but do not attend Word of Life Ministries? Can they still sign their kids up?
Oh, of course. You know what? Vacation Bible School is an outreach ministry. That's the purpose of it. So for people who don't attend any church, it's ideal for them.
Absolutely.
It's just like the perfect occasion for, hey, you know what? This is a fun
thing for the kids to do. Yeah.
It's, so I'm going to let my kids come out. And so if you want to register your child for Vacation Bible School, they can either call me directly, 716-531-2344. Or call the church office at 297-2951. And matter of fact, this Sunday, if you want to stop by the church, we're having an ice cream social, a VBS ice cream social right after church.
Okay.
So if you want to come by the church Sunday, either morning, bright, 10 a.m. service, or come in the afternoon at maybe about 12 o'clock, we'll still be there. And we're going to have a Vacation Bible School registration ice cream social.
Good ice cream too, yeah. That ice cream is good.
I mean, you get to pick your own toppings. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. And then too, like, you also do the youth ministry. You do the youth choir on Thursdays. Are you still accepting kids into the youth choir? Definitely. And she says she picks up kids too. Y'all, transportation is provided.
I pick up children. If you give me a call and say, hey, I want my kids in the youth choir. And you know what? Youth choirs used to be a thing of the past, and not many churches have youth, and therefore not many churches these days have youth choirs. So we're blessed to have that, and we see the excitement of parents.
Absolutely. Being able to bring your kids, myself, being able to bring my kids to church
Mm-hmm.
and still have a safe space for them is I enjoy it, and
Yeah.
I think it give me time to have my time at church, so it's
Mm-hmm.
not like I'm being distracted during service.
Right, because we have children's
It's church,
church. Yeah,
yeah. Every Sunday, ten
every Sunday.
thirty, ten
Yes,
thirty.
yes.
And yeah, it's just, and like you said, when I went to another church, and I noticed that they didn't have many youth,
Mm-hmm.
and it just made me look around the city to see, like, I wonder if other churches are like that, if the kids is missing, and how do we fill the void? How do we bring the kids in? Because there's a lot of community events going on, but I just
Mm-hmm.
don't think everybody uses social media as a platform to
Mm-hmm.
advertise, and I think it just has to be another way
Mm-hmm.
to get things out there. Is hard. It's hard.
Yeah, and but even things like this event coming up, Vacation Bible School. I can tell you, but if I show you,
Yes,
it's a different thing.
that's a fact.
So with Vacation Bible School, it's more than me just telling you or you seeing or hearing about it. The community gets to see that,
Well,
hey, Word of Life is about the young
folks,
folks. You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying? Because they're out there sitting on the lawn during the Bible lesson
Mhm.
or playing out in the yard. People are with love interacting with them
Yeah,
and making sure that they have a good, safe time.
absolutely. And it's still like, and they're still learning the word, and that's what
Yes,
I enjoy the most because
yes,
even like with Aaliyah at home, she walked around the house singing deep, deep, down, down.
yes.
And at first, I didn't know what she was saying. I was like, "What are you saying?" And she was just like, "Deep, deep." And then even she sings the "So I'm a Soldier," and I'm like, and I love that though because
Yeah.
this is my first time bringing my kids, having my own family to bring them to church with me.
Mm-hmm.
So to see her excitement, and she told my mom, "No, I'm going to church,"
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, and then as soon as we get to the church, I don't want to go upstairs. I'm going downstairs. I'm like, okay, go ahead. And then if I say no, she's like, but the kids. I'm like, but the kids not always down there when we go
Right,
there,
right.
But I love the feeling that it's having on them because, like I think it was Bishop who announced that he seen a kid, and the
Yes,
kid
a
told
young
him like,
adult.
yeah,
Yes,
remember me,
yes,
deep, deep, like
yeah,
that's an everlasting feeling, and
it
that sticks
is.
with you for the rest of your
Mm-hmm.
life. And I think it's really special. I really do think it's special what you're doing.
Even my own children that are now grown-ups,
Mhm.
like my daughter from Maryland, she's talking about coming
For Bible school,
for yeah.
see,
She was like,
I want to be there.
just to be there and support. So
So,
all three of them have very fond memories. I mean,
mhm.
my son, he had me cracking up. He was like, "Ma, I remember picking out my outfit.
Fizzy.
I'm getting ready. This
Yeah,
is what
it's
I'm gonna wear for
important.
this week.
Yeah,
A vacation Bible school
school.
because it was a
Wow.
time of not just coming to hear the word, but also to see
People have your
people.
friends, yeah. And so people like the
We live
older
out in the
generation,
country.
yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I can see some real
Girl,
girls.
yeah, true. I didn't even think about that. He was having a ball. That's why his outfit was laid. Okay. Even like Ezra Scott Jr. And like Jonathan and Kendall and all of
Yeah.
them, to see them, now they're like, oh look, we started like we're like we're the original Word of Life OGs, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
yeah, but it's cool that when I look back at the pictures and stuff, and I just see how it changed over the years, like
Yeah.
the kids
Yeah.
and it's families, it's generation. Now it's our kids that's going, and I'm
Right.
just like, I just don't know how you do it, and I just love it. I love it. I do.
I acknowledged to my daughter earlier in the conversation. I said, when you think about like Ramona and Kevin, I said that was three generations out there for the youth choir picnic.
Oh wow,
Because it was
yes.
Ramona and Kevin,
Kevin.
and then LaShawn, that's another generation,
Generation.
and then
Her
their
kids.
LaShawn's babies or their her twins are in the choir.
Wow.
So when you talk about youth ministry and how it impacts the church, again, it's about families, and I always been an advocate that strong families make up a strong church.
Absolutely.
So
Mhm.
it's important.
Important. Absolutely. I never thought about that, but it's true. Yeah. Yeah. With the youth ministry, did you? It's to me, it's big now because I seen it when we didn't have anything. So to me, in my eyes right now, I think it's big. Did you imagine it? Everything just falling into place like this for you?
Um, well, because you're just new
I
coming
know.
on,
I
yeah.
know.
I mean, because like back in the day when you were talking about like
Mhm.
Kevin and Jonathan and all
Yeah.
those guys, I mean, we had attendance for Vacation Bible School pushing nearly 200.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Um, we ran it for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
We ran it for 2 weeks,
Wow. I can't
and
imagine.
yeah, we did it for years
For two
for
weeks.
2 weeks, 2 weeks
Wow.
solid, and we always had over 100 kids.
That's
Yeah,
amazing. And I think we in a good spot too, so as people drive by and
right.
see the kids outside, they like,
Yeah,
hey, let's
yeah,
go over there and see what's going
yeah.
on, you know?
So I'm excited about the revival of youth ministry.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
me too.
Mhm.
And what's the theme this year?
The theme is whatever you need, God got it.
Oh, that's a
And
fact.
I'm excited about
About
it. I'm
that, yeah.
excited about it. We're going to be talking about the story of the prodigal son, how Jesus fed the 5,000. So, in other words, if you need healing, God got
Got
it.
it, yeah.
If you need forgiveness and restoration, God got
Got
it.
it.
If you need provisions, it's
God
all
got
in the
it.
word. God
Right.
got it. So,
Absolutely. Anything you need,
definitely.
he got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so how do you I mean, I don't know if you come up with the themes yourself or you just wait for God to give them to you and just go from there.
And again, it's walking in his will and in his purpose. Years ago, when I started Vacation Bible School, I used to always order a kit.
Okay.
And so then you had to have multiple copies. There's always copyright issues, and
Oh
if you
yeah.
want to, run them off on the printer, that kind of thing. And so since I was kind of coming up with my own curriculum for a children's church,
Mm-hmm.
I started doing the same thing for Vacation Bible School.
Oh wow.
And so the Lord just gives me what it is, and
Yeah.
I pretty much received this from
Yeah.
God before the last one ended.
Oh
And I
wow.
just been working it, working
Yeah.
it, studying
Absolutely.
it, and figuring out, okay, what scriptures and all of
Wow.
that, and what activities and what books should I
Mhm,
choose from
choose.
Amazon and all that kind of thing to go with it, and arts and
right.
crafts, and
That's amazing. You're
yeah,
gifted. You're
yeah.
gifted. That's special. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Me too. Vacation Bible School is August 7th through the 11th, right?
6 p.m. to 8:30.
Ages 4
Two
and up.
adults.
Okay, okay,
Yep.
okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited this year. I'm excited to see the kids. I'm excited to. You know, one thing I do remember though that we used to do that we should do again is I'm pretty sure we used to do plays. Am I
Yeah.
wrong? I think I had a dream the other day about plays back in the day
It's,
that we used to do, and I couldn't remember fully, but I just remember that we had like drama. Like it was
right.
like, yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking about that.
Keep praying on that, because we
Yeah.
were trying to get it worked into the schedule for
Yeah,
this year
sure.
as
No,
well.
not this year. Next
Music
year.
and drama, music and drama.
Drama, yeah.
So we're gonna keep praying on it. We're gonna get
Yeah.
it back there
The
too.
kids enjoy the music right now, so
Mhm.
they were singing yesterday, and I was like, "Go ahead, y'all."
They
They
did an
were singing.
excellent job.
Yeah, it's amazing to see what our youth can do.
Yeah. And they're so proud and happy when
Mhm.
people, adults, stand up and support them.
Absolutely.
And if we want to keep our young people in the church, we got to encourage them.
Absolutely, because the rest of the world is literally trying to take them from us. Like
They are.
this TikTok and these phones, even
Mhm.
just like YouTube, all these things is like Aaliyah watches these kids playing with toys. I would never understand why kids watch kids play with toys when you have
Yes.
400 toys yourself.
Yes.
But in the video she was watching, it was a kid and she was like, I'm a witch and I'm gonna turn you into. And I was like, well, we're gonna turn this off for the rest of the day. But it's like you really don't know what goes on. You think your kids is just watching kids playing with toys, but it's secret messages in these things that's going on.
Right. I did the same thing. My girls were at my house. My granddaughters were at my house, and I'm in the background. I can hear the character on the YouTube show that they were watching talk about how I want you to go in there, kill your father this way, that way, data, and give it.
See,
I was like, what in the world are you? Turn that off.
It's terrible.
Grandma. No, turn it off.
Because they don't know what they're watching, but they
Right.
absorb it now, and it's like it's just sad to see. And I just feel like I know like a lot of the youth around here, it seems like they're raising themselves too because a lot of them are outside, their parents are young and they're outside all day, all night, and they don't have anything to do, especially around here. And I think Vacation Bible School gives our kids something to look forward to, so I encourage everybody to bring your kids out, bring your neighbors' kids, if you know them and you just want to help out, And just register them. It's a free event. It's offered
It
for
is
free.
free.
You
Yes.
don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is
And we
wait.
feed them.
Right, we feed them dinner 6 to 8:30. That's a win for a week. That's a
Yeah.
week that you don't have to cook or
Yeah.
anything like that, and enjoy a couple hours by yourself or come and join the class as well. I really appreciate you coming on the show today. It really
God
is,
bless
means a
you.
lot to
God
me.
bless you.
The kids, seeing
Thank
you with
you.
the kids, it's inspiring. Like I always wanted to work with kids, but I kind of wanted to be. I want to be like a school counselor. Not
Hmm.
directly, but my mom had a daycare growing up, and
Hmm.
we always, had kids in the house. And then, but for me, it was hard because you get attached, and then once the kid goes on, it's like, all right, now another kid's coming in. Then
Hmm.
it's a repeated cycle.
Right.
They go on, and
Right.
I get really sad.
Yeah.
Like I don't. So I
My
commend
daughter
you.
did that when I was doing foster care, and she got attached. And it was like after we had this one girl for like a year and a half, and then
Yeah,
she had to
so
go
I go
back
back.
to her parents, and I was like, okay, I can't do this
Then
no
some
more
more,
because my
yeah.
child
Is
don't
attached.
is so young.
Yeah.
She doesn't realize like that's not. It's like you're taking my siblings. So
Right.
I was like,
Absolutely.
okay, I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
So I adopted. It's like
Right.
now you're staying.
That's I thought about that too. They actually came. The foster program also is looking for people, parents. If you're interested in foster care, there are kids that do need foster care.
Especially in this city.
I don't know if you was there on Sunday. Um, there was a gentleman from the community clearinghouse who came. He has three foster kids. One he already adopted,
Mhm.
but he has two babies, and he's him and his wife. They're taking great care of them, but he said they have a lot of kids that just they need homes. There's a lot. He's like it's a lot more than you think.
Yeah.
He announced it on service.
Was
Um,
this past Sunday or the Sunday
I think
before?
it was a Sunday before.
Because the kids came down in children's church. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yes.
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 Yeah, they came down.
Mhm.
And it just was, to see the little babies and just that's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Like I don't know,
Yeah.
but
There's a great need out there.
absolutely.
There's a great
But
need
I
out
think
there.
you're feeling it. Seriously, I think that you're amazing, and I think that
Oh, God
everything
bless
that you're
you. Thank
doing
you.
is amazing for our kids. You're keeping them encouraged. Even with my own teenager, I never thought she would say I like coming to church. And she always say, "Where's Sister Cynthia?" And I'm like, "If you came to church, you would know." So that's what helps me get her there. Even now, she's playing. She's like, "I can't go to church because I need to go to church. This is Vacation Bible School, and you gave her an opportunity to teach." And she was like, "She said I could teach." She said you could help. Let's just take it down. But she was excited, like, and I was
And
like,
I began, like I said, I began really young.
wow.
So this might be a great avenue for her to open up and
Explore
really
different
get
parts of where she wants to go.
Right.
And she actually got an opportunity to do some foster kids' hair.
Mhm.
So that'll be coming up soon. So I told her, this is opportunity for you to bond and just,
Mhm.
love on them because that's really what they need. When you go to your hairdresser, I like for my hairdresser to treat me with love. And
Right.
so I hope that she gets that opportunity too.
That'd be
Um,
wonderful.
so we're gonna tell y'all one more time that Vacation Bible School is August 7th through the 11th at Word of Life Ministries, 1941 Hyde Park Boulevard.
Yes.
And sometimes I mess it up. From 6 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. ages 4 and up. So please come out. We are having a registration Sunday after service, ice cream social at 1 p.m. around 1 p.m. So you can come out and register your kid. It's free. You don't have to pay anything. They provide the food, the fun, everything that you need. Sister Cynthia, I thank you. Is there anything else that you want to say to the people out there before you leave today?
VBS, come on out. Come on out. One and all. Thank you, Sister Kiera, for having me.
Of course. Thank you. Maybe come back. We do something else when you come back. All right.
All right.
All right, everybody. I hope you have a blessed night. Y'all stay blessed and Inject Mondays. We'll see y'all next week. I won't see you next week. Oh, it's all good. What's up, everybody? It's Kiera here, Inject Faith Hope Club. I am so excited to announce that you can now catch me right here on Fire 716 Radio each and every Monday for Inject Mondays at 7 p.m. So go ahead and download the app and rock out with your girl. Again, that's each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Tune in and have a good time with us.